Hi, this is Susanna Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 29, day 5 of our positive, peaceful affirmations. I had to totally think on what day are we on. It's hard to even think that it's Friday because are you like me? Are some of the days just kind of blurring together since we're all basically just home and we don't have like outside activities that take us onto different things? Anyway, if you're in that case, thank you for being patient with me for remembering the day. We're on week 29, day 5 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive, Peaceful Growth Calendar. So if you love positive affirmations, if you love music therapy, and if you love essential oils and aromatherapy, you're going to love this book. I can't recommend it high enough. So the affirmation that we've been concentrating on this entire week is I am anticipating extraordinary things happening. In order to anticipate extraordinary things happening, maybe, and an extra, okay, I guess it depends on who you are, or what you're anticipating the extraordinary things coming from. So if I was anticipating extraordinary things coming from myself, right, extraordinary changes, extraordinary strengths to be developing in myself, then I have to have the belief that I am capable of change. Now I do have the belief that I am capable of change. I have the belief that everyone is capable of change. I think that we are all children of God, not his physical children, but like Jesus was, but like his spirit children. And that he is the father of all of our spirits, which to me is the most important part of us. And anyway, because he can change, we all have the incredible power to change as well. Okay, I just lost my train of thought because someone just came to the window. Anyway, so since we have the power to change, we have hope and we have faith that we can change. And so as we're interacting with ourselves and as we're interacting with different family members or friends or other people, let's treat ourselves and other people like we all have the ability to be whatever good thing that we want us to be or other people to be, because we all have that ability. And so as we understand that people have the abilities to change or whatever, I think that helps extraordinary things happen. If you think that someone is just going to be a grumpy grump or a meanie or someone who always does something bad, and we treat them like that, then we're all gonna have a harder time breaking out of that. We almost have to be treated like we already are something before we can change. And I don't know. I'd have to sit there and unravel what I just said too. So what I'm saying is the better we can treat people, the better they'll behave. Okay, so that's my belief. And the affirmation for today, and this is what I'm going to have to think about, so I'm going to say it twice. I am loving the changes that are happening as I grow. So notice I didn't say I am loving the changes in life. Because some changes in life I love and some changes in life I really don't like. Okay, so that's not the affirmation for today. Again, the affirmation for today is I am loving the changes that are happening as I grow. I am loving the changes that are happening as I become better. Who doesn't love that? I don't know, if your goal was to lift so much weight, I don't even know because I'm not a weightlifter, but let's just say you wanted to lift 100 pounds of weight, right? You started off at 20 maybe, and you progressed till you were lifting 100, okay? So you would love that change. right? And let's just say that you had a problem keeping your temper, and you worked on it and worked on it, worked on your patience, worked on filling your cup, worked on, some distraction or lowering your voice or whatever it is that helped you keep your temper. And so you were super good at keeping your temper. Wouldn't you love that? Okay. So then I was thinking, do you ever have those people in your life that are like, they didn't want to clean their room, right? And as a mom, maybe you, had them clean their room. Maybe you said, if you don't clean your room, you don't get to do this. And so they clean their room. Or maybe you sat in there while they cleaned their room just to kind of keep them motivated. Whatever it is that you did to motivate your child into cleaning their room. So then the room is totally clean, and it just has like this completely different feel, a beautiful, wonderful, nice feel to it. Have you ever asked your child, so don't you love the way it feels? And some children will say, oh, you're right, Mom. You know what? I love the way it feels. And they might even say thank you, right? Maybe not, but at least maybe they'll say, I love the way it feels, right? And then other people are just like the little shruggy, like, I don't care, Which do you appreciate more? Well, I think we all appreciate the person who appreciates the good change when they see it, right? And so I know we're kind of all going through some hard things right now, right? And so I know that beautiful changes are happening to all of us. We're becoming more loving. We're becoming more patient. We're getting to know ourselves better, and we're getting to know our family members better. We are maybe getting closer to God. Maybe we're fixing up our house. Maybe we're cleaning up our house or decluttering our house or whatever it is that we're doing. Maybe we're planting our garden and we're anxious for those changes, but we're all doing something. We're all working towards some goal, right? So, can we be thankful for the good things? Can we recognize ourselves for the good things that are happening? Can we recognize other things for the good things that are happening? And can we thank God for the good things that are happening? And I think it might be hard to say I'm really, really thankful for some of the processes in our life, that have taught us different virtues. But can we just say thank you to God for helping us learn the virtues? And even more than that, can we say say thank you to God for sticking with us and believing us and holding our hand and whispering in our ear words of encouragement while we're going through whatever we're going through to learn whatever we're learning, right? He's been with us every single step of the way. So, I am loving this affirmation today. For today, I kind of had to think about it. But again, let me repeat the affirmation. I am loving the changes that are happening as I grow. I'm reminded of a little story. Okay, so there's a story about God and so a person has like a little shack, right? And God's like, hey, do you want me to help you fix it up? And we're like, yeah, come on, come help me fix it up. And at first, like, we understand what God's doing, and then he starts like knocking out a wall and whatever, and we're like, what are you doing, right? It's because God has a different plan. And some of the things we don't understand. But we do know that he's an all-loving God. We do know that he cares for us. We know that he's all-knowing and he's all-powerful. And if we're going through things right now, we can learn things that may help us and they may help other people. So again, we can be very, very thankful for the changes that are happening as we grow. Okay. Anyway. So you just came and snuck in. Okay. So that's the affirmation for today. The song that we've been singing this whole entire week is Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Just wanted to see which way he went. Okay, so Katrina and the waves. Now, I hope that you are walking out in the sunshine every single day. We all need to get our vitamin D. Yesterday I did a little spotlight on many of the top benefits of vitamin D, and they're amazing. Immune boosting and helps you sleep better, like the whole 9 yards. And vitamin D is so good for you. So, if you're like me and you used to walk on a daily basis with your neighbors, but you're not doing that anymore just because you're trying to keep you and your family safe, and you want to keep them and their family safe as well too, right? This is something that I've started doing, and it's been making me so happy. So as I go out on my walk, I call my dad first, right? And just check on him, and he actually goes on his walk at the same time, and we used to walk together, but now we're not. And but we're both going on a walk at the same time, and we can still connect by the phone. And then as I get done talking to him and I'm still kind of finishing up my walk, I call one of my other friends and I chat with them. So just because we are all distancing and physically distancing with each other, we can still be socially close. We can. God gave us the very technology that we need at this time of life. And aren't we so glad for that? And can't we praise Him for it? Okay. So, Walking on Sunshine, Katrina and the Waves, that's the song we're listening to this week. The diffuser blend that we have been diffusing this whole entire week is 2 drops of helichrysum, which is the oil for pain, and 2 drops of cedarwood, which is the oil of community, and 2 drops of wintergreen, which is the oil of surrender. Now, surrendering to good, not surrendering to bad. Not like when your children come in, they're like, Mom, I'm going to have ice cream. You're like, no, it's not. You haven't had your breakfast yet. Mom, can I have ice cream? No, you need to eat first. It's not, we'll have ice cream after dinner. Mom, can I? Right? And then you're like, fine, go have your ice cream. No, that's not the oil of surrender that wintergreen is. No, it's surrendering to something good. Surrendering to, your doctor that's giving you advice and you're taking it and you're doing something for your health. Surrendering to the fact that, it's time to give up smoking. Surrendering to something good, not to something bad. Okay. So anyway, that's the diffuser blend that we've been diffusing all week, and I did the emotional benefits already on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you missed it, just hop back on to this channel and look at those, and you can see the emotional benefits of each of them. But today we are talking about the physical benefits of all of them, and we're going to start with helichrysum essential oil. So helichrysum oil supports the brain and the nervous system. Caleb, can you please go get me these 3 oils from there? So helichrysum is very good for supporting your circulatory system. Helichrysum is very good to help you detox, and you can just take 4 drops, put that in a tablespoon of coconut oil, and just rub it, like maybe on your liver, on your gallbladder, just wherever you're trying to detox. It's also very, very good for your skin. It's very supportive for when you have for, I'm going to say, your bones. It's very supportive for respiratory issues. It can really help open you up. You can put a couple drops into your mouthwash, and that's very, very good for your teeth and gum health. Many cultures around the world will combine helichrysum with like a coconut oil for a sunscreen, and so there's so many amazing studies on helichrysum. And just because of everything that's going on right now, I can't share with you all the studies. But I can tell you where I would go to look them up. I would either go to PubMed and just look up helichrysum studies, and it will tell you like tons of studies. Or you can go to aromaticscience.com. So helichrysum is definitely one that you can put in to your water. Okay, like I said, and that you can take internally. You can diffuse it, you can, put it on, but you can take it internally as well. So for that, you just want to put 1 drop into a glass, an 8-ounce glass of water. If 2 drops comes out, that's totally fine. Now, the only brand of helichrysum that I would ever take internally is doTERRA, and that's because they third-party test every single batch. And then on top of that, they do their own testing just to make sure that it's all good, that there's nothing in here that shouldn't be in here. Anyway, but it's very easy to see if you can take doTERRA essential oil internally, because it will have something on it that's called the supplement facts. And it looks like that. It looks like the very same thing that you have on your cereal box. So this tells me instantly that I can take it internally. And again, I would just want to take like a couple drops of that internally. Okay, so a very good rollerball recipe that you can put on if you're having like skin issues. You can do 20 drops of helichrysum and 20 drops of lavender and put it in a 10 ml roller bottle, and then just fill the rest up with fractionated coconut oil, and then just go ahead and put that on. And that'd be really good. Before I put helichrysum away, I think I can tell you my own story, or actually it's my husband's story. So someone once told us how incredible helichrysum is for stopping bleeding. And so we bought it, and I definitely always kept it in my first aid kit along with all the rest of my oils, and just in case we ever had to stop bleeding. And my husband one time was in our garage, and he was putting a box up. Maybe we're just moving, or maybe he was arranging something. I can't remember. Anyway, but he was up in the garage, and he put a box up kind of in our attic type thing, and then he jumped down. But when he jumped down, there was a staple on one of the beams where he was, and he cut his hand. I can't remember what part of his hand he cut. Anyway, he cut his hand on the staple. It was bleeding pretty good, and the children were out there, and he's like, "Children, tell Mom to go get the helichrysum." So the children come running to me, "Mom, get the helichrysum." And so I start getting anxious because I'm like, "Oh my gracious, who needs the helichrysum, right? What's happened?" Because I knew that helichrysum was kind of a very powerful oil. Like if you just had a nosebleed, like you would just like put a drop of geranium oil on your hand and then just put it over your nose, maybe it's kind of surrounding your nose, and that seems to do really good for bleeding that you're not really concerned about. But helichrysum is more one for bleeding that you are concerned about. So anyway, he came in, washed off his hand, put the helichrysum on. I think it was actually his thumb. Anyway, it stopped the bleeding. So am I going to say that you should never go to the doctor if you have cut your whatever and you think you need stitches? No, you are the person who is in charge of you. I'm just telling you what worked for my family. We're very, very glad that we could stop the bleeding with this, and then he just kind of super glued and bandaged it together. Anyway, so that's kind of what he did, and he's fine. Anyway, so all I'm saying is sometimes you can't, you're at a place where you can't get to the doctor. Sometimes you're in a situation where you don't, maybe there's a lot of COVID at your hospital. Although, if you really cut yourself seriously, run to the doctor's office. Anyway, if you can. But just in case, you have the helichrysum that can help. Okay. Anyway, the next oil that we're talking about is cedarwood. Okay. And cedarwood, which is the oil of community. So it's a very, very relaxing oil. So you all know what lavender is like, and so a lot of people use lavender for relaxation. They use lavender for sleep. So if lavender really isn't working for you, go ahead, get out your cedar wood. You can mix it with a carrier oil. You can rub it on the back of your neck, on your feet. If I'm trying to use it for relaxation or sleep, I would definitely rub it on my chest too. I just think when I rub oils over my heart area, it helps. It helps. Okay. So cedar wood is also very good for skin issues. It can also add shine to your hair. If you have like flaky stuff in there too, it can help with that. It's very good for your respiratory system, and it can help relieve like a tight chest, just kind of help open you up and help your breathing to be a little bit easier. So very, very good for supporting the respiratory system. You can use it as an insect repellent as well, which everyone kind of knows because you put like important things in cedar chests because the cedar smell helps to keep like insects away. Okay, so the last thing that I want to mention about cedar wood is that it's kind of stimulating to the circulatory system. I'm going to say more that it's balancing. Like it's balancing to your circulatory system, but it's very, very sedative on your nervous system. Okay, so that's cedar wood, and I did want to mention that cedar wood is not an oil that you're going to take internally. There's a lot of tree oils that you don't want to take internally, and not every oil is meant to be taken internally. Like peppermint, yes, rosemary, yes, and stuff like that. But but cedar wood is definitely not one that you want to take internally. And the super quick way to know whether you can take something internally, again, if you have doTERRA essential oils, is you're just going to look around the bottle, and if you do not see the supplement facts, you know you cannot take it internally. Now you can also do like a double check and just go like to doTERRA.com and say, and it will tell you how you can use them internally or aromatically. And it says that on the bottle too. Diffuse aromatically or apply topically. So there you go. Cedar wood. Super relaxing, great for respiratory and a number of other issues. So I wanted to give you a nighttime relaxation blend that you can put into your diffuser at night. So it's 2 drops of cedar wood, which is the oil of community, 2 drops of lavender, which is the oil of communication, and 2 drops of doTERRA Serenity blend, and that is just going to make a very, very relaxing blend that I think you're really, really going to love. Okay, the last essential oil that we're going to be talking about today is wintergreen. And its main number 1 use is for discomforts. Okay, now we did talk about wintergreen a little bit emotionally yesterday, and we mentioned that a lot of times we're very familiar with the wintergreen flavor because we get it in candies and in toothpaste or mouthwash or gum, right? But we are not going to take wintergreen internally because the wintergreen flavoring comes from the leaves, and then the wintergreen essential oil is much more potent, and so that is one essential oil that we are not going to be taking internally. So we're going to be diffusing it, or we're going to be using it topically. It's great to help sore muscles relax. It promotes healthy circulation. So it's great for the circulatory system. You can diffuse any mint oil to help, and any mint oil that you diffuse will help stop cravings. Okay, so you can diffuse the wintergreen, you can diffuse the peppermint or the spearmint, or any of those oils to again help stop the craving. You can put it in water and gargle it for fresh breath, right? But you're just not going to swallow that. You're just going to spit it back out. Wintergreen improves alertness, and you can put a dab on, I would put like a drop into like a teaspoon to a tablespoon of coconut oil, and just kind of mix it around, and then just put a little bit on the back of your neck, on your chest, or on your wrists, And that's really going to improve your alertness. Wintergreen too is supportive of very clear complexion, and you can put a couple drops into your face wash, or you can put a couple drops into a tablespoon of jojoba oil. I think I said that right. And then apply that for a clearer complexion. And wintergreen is very immune boosting. It's supportive of the respiratory system. You can mix it with a couple of drops of coconut, mix a couple drops into a tablespoon of coconut oil, and then you can rub that on your chest. And it's also very supportive to the digestive system. So you could put a couple drops into a tablespoon of coconut oil and then rub that on your stomach. Now, if you don't have coconut oil, you can also use olive oil. I just love coconut oil because it has so many other health boosting properties. So I'm going to give you a pain blasting roller bottle. It is 5 drops of wintergreen, 15 drops of copaiba, 10 drops of frankincense, and 5 drops of clove. You're going to put all of that into a 10 ml roller bottle and then top it off with fractionated coconut oil. And then you can apply that to your muscles or your joints, whatever seems to be a little bit achy, like once every 3 hours, or, however you need it. Wintergreen is one that you do not want to apply too often because it is such a powerful oil. So just a heads up on that. Okay, so again, please go to aromaticscience.com, type in wintergreen or helichrysum or cedarwood, and see all the different studies that have been done on them. Like, it is just so fascinating. I can't tell you about them right now, but please go. It's completely fascinating. You're going to love them. Or you can go to aromaticscience.com. Go ahead. Just type in the system that you want to support. Like, maybe I wanted to support the reproductive system or the respiratory system. And it would then pull up studies from around the world on essential oils that can help with that. Or if I had a different issue, a specific issue that I was working on, maybe I'm working on acne, maybe I'm working on headaches, right? Whatever the issue is, I can just go to aromaticscience.com, go ahead and type in the issue that I am working on, and then again, it will pull up studies from around the world on different essential oils that have been studied for that issue. And I think you will find it completely fascinating. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to say. It's Friday. We are going into the weekend. It is a happy time. Like, remember how happy Fridays typically make you? It's a happy time. We're going into the weekend where we can do things for ourselves. I'm super, super excited this weekend because General Conference is going to be on, which in our church is a time where our prophets and our apostles talk to us and tell us the things that they think that God wants us to know. So I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and they have nothing to do with anything that I just said. But I'm going to go ahead and put that link just in case you want to know, hey, what is God telling the world? Okay. Anyway, so the diffuser blend that we're diffusing this week is 2 drops helichrysum, the oil for pain, 2 drops of wintergreen, the oil for community, and 2 drops of, said that wrong, 2 drops of cedarwood, the oil for community, and 2 drops of wintergreen, the oil of surrender. The song that we're singing this week is Walking on Sunshine, and the song that we are, the affirmation that we're working on today is, I am loving the changes that are happening as I grow. And the affirmation for the entire week is, I am anticipating extraordinary things happening. I just peeked in the book at next week's affirmation. I already love it. I'm letting those airplanes go. You're gonna love it. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils Health Matters, telling us all that we have the incredible power in ourselves with God to make it a great day. Make it a fabulous weekend. Bye-bye.